Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. God fucking damn it, Jessa.
You have to start.
Beginning of the stream.
You have to start with it. Sucks to be you.
Okay. Haven't done the Fascinator in a while, so there we go. Okay. Hi, welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here, some flesh demon or other over there.
Look, I don't even have access to my PC at the moment, so I am on a laptop in my living room, so very different vibe than normal.
Yeah, so Cirrus is not streaming tonight. So progress only is if you remember they are running for office in their city for city commissioner. Next week, I guess they'll know if they'll be on the ballot, and they're 99% sure they will. They sent me a couple videos of like there's them speaking at a city meeting, and then one of their opponents was also speaking at a city meeting, and I feel like if people actually like watch them speak, just by virtue of the fact that progress only is coherent, I feel like they're a shoo-in.
Jesus Christ.
Because like the other guy was like, it was only 3 minutes long, and I watched it. It was just like rambling and boring, and I had a hard time paying attention. And the only thing that I remember from it is at the very end, he finished his time by being like, "Oh, and to show you how good I am at keeping costs down and cutting costs, these are my door hangy things that I use for canvassing. It has 2 dates on it. Bye." It's like, okay, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I mean, we have seen with Trump that that sometimes can be quite an effective strategy, but you have to be Trump for the strategy of walking, speaking idiot to function for you. Yeah.
Love him or hate him, he does have a certain amount of charisma.
He's got an int score of 1. So he gets a -3 on all int rolls, but he's got a charisma score of 20. So he gets that coveted +2, but like
I wouldn't say it's a 20, but
you wouldn't say it's a 20?
No, I don't. I actually don't find him to be all that charismatic, but
that's because
that might be because I like one of the things that I find to be charismatic is the ability to speak coherently.
No, see, the difference is though his saving throws fail against you. That's all that means. Where he's concerned, though, he's able to get enough people. Like
he's got charisma. He's got a charisma score of 20 as long as he makes the wisdom saving throw.
The biggest thing is that he's able to repeatedly fail, and his repeated failures don't seem to have an impact on whether or not future people care about what he has to say. And when I say his repeated failures, I mean all of the businesses that he failed to run while also saying he would run America like a business. Like, you have to be a pretty high charisma con man to make that work, where you're like, have I ever steered you wrong? And you're just sitting there like from behind a jail cell going, well, this was your idea. So, I mean, I want to say technically, but I'll hear you out.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Got to get serious for a moment. I've written a prepared statement. So I'm regarding some stuff that happened last week. So my fellow internet dwellers, it is with a heavy heart that I must apologize for statements made on stream last week. There's no excuse for it. I was wrong, and I will strive to do better in the future. If you didn't see it, last week I had said that the accusation leveled against JD Vance of couch fuckery was in fact false, as confirmed by a fact check by the Associated Press. Shortly after the stream, the Associated Press felt it necessary to retract their fact check, leaving the status of Vance's couch proclivity unknown, and leaving me with my futon my mouth. While this does not mean that it is a sure thing that Vance did, in fact, fuck a couch, we just cannot say that there isn't an aspect of intersectionality regarding Vance's furniture and his sexual practices. I apologize for my eagerness to divan to that. I will no longer say that Vance did not fuck a couch. Identifying couch fuckers is not my Chesterfield, after all. So far as we know, he might not have, but we just cannot chase these baseless stories. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Thank you. Come on. No reaction?
It's taking me a second because I expected this. I expected this to happen. That's why as you started it about like 3 seconds in, I started laughing because I'm like, oh, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going.
There's so many good couch puns.
At least JD Vance can say he understands intersectionality now.
No, because that's not what intersectionality is.
Fuck if he knows that.
Jasper Proxy says he's what happens when Tommy and McMurtry, a couch, and a Schrodinger have a 3-way baby. Cirrus?
Yeah?
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, no, please, do elaborate further.
No, I got a notification on my phone, and it was from Twitch, and I don't get notifications on my phone from Twitch except when you go live, but then I forgot that every time I go live, it's like, hey, manage your stream from your phone, as if I'm not in front of a computer.
See, for a minute there, I thought that, well, there's a reason for that one, but for a minute there, I thought that maybe you had done the thing where you go live on like all of our channels, and I was like, well, of course it gave you the notification I was going live. You went live for me again.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that without asking you first, and you sprung on me that you weren't going live too late for me to bother with that.
That's entirely fair. That said, the reason that it does the whole manage your stream live thing is because Twitch is also usable from consoles, like, you know, Xboxes and PlayStations.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
That don't have any stream management features to speak of. So your only real option is to, you know, grab a handheld device and go off to the races.
Yeah.
So
Progress
that's the reason why that's there.
Progress only says, before I got a second monitor, I ran the stream off my phone. Not ideal. Yeah, so I have 2 monitors, and it's not enough for me sometimes. I have way too much shit going on.
I have to have 3 monitors. I have to have the monitor where OBS is, the monitor where everything I'm showing chat is, and the monitor for like somebody sends me a DM. I have to do something with Mod Team. I have to look up something real quick on the other side while I'm talking about the thing on the left-hand monitor. I have to have 3 monitors. So now.
This is why I do window captures instead of monitor captures. So that way I can do private stuff on a monitor that has other stuff being captured on it without going live. But I also don't do that during stream because I know that I will accidentally dox myself if I do that.
See, that's why I have a 3rd monitor. See, we both have encountered this problem. We have just chosen different solutions. I've chosen the one that requires me not to have to change anything on monitor 1 ever, because the games automatically go there, and
that's fair.
The stuff I'm looking at automatically goes there.
Yeah, I have a button on my Stream Deck that automatically sizes all my windows and puts them exactly where I need them for my stream.
So you too are an advocate of pre-work so that you don't have to actually work later.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm actually surprised it took me that long to find that app even existed for Stream Deck. Because as soon as I found it, I was like, oh, this makes perfect sense. Why have I not done this before? I've seen the thing. I saw that it was called like window resize, but then I'm like, nah, it's going to be some finicky thing where like you got to fiddle with it or whatever. It's like, nope, it just works. Like I have to make sure a certain window is like in focus when I push the button, but other than that, it just works.
Fair.
Fusel says I've got 5 monitors and the only thing I'm doing with them is watching porn. Good on you. You've got
different porn on each monitor.
That's ADHD. That's the ADHD porn experience.
You're just sitting there like, all right, on this monitor, I want to watch a train being ran on somebody. And on that monitor, I want tentacle hentai. On that monitor, I want Netflix's IRL version of tentacle hentai, just for something different that looks horrible. On this one, I have one of those parody pornos that you can only find at the back of gas stations. And on that monitor, that's AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah. Oh, I finally got rid of my stupid van. My stupid van. It's gone now. EV? I did. I am driving in the Ioniq 5 now. And it's nice. I'm a little iffy on its automatic lane change thing. But yeah, no. I'm very happy to be in a Hyundai again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay. So in news stories that we're not really covering, we need to talk about the Olympic Last Supper
Yeah, I saw conservatives freaking out about this one. Actually, I saw Cameron specifically freaking out about this one.
Yeah. So that's the quote unquote Last Supper. The first thing I noticed before I even saw the blue guy was like I paused the video and I counted. There's more than 12 disciples here. So that's kind of a hint that maybe this isn't the Last Supper with Jesus and the 12 disciples. And then the blue guy popped out and was like, yeah, I don't remember Smurf Jesus. So maybe this is not the Last Supper. And it turns out it is actually a direct reference to, what's the thing called? It's a painting called The Feast of the Gods, which is a feast of the gods of Olympus with Dionysus front and center. And then when you do a tiny bit more research on it, you know how the Parade of Nations thing that the Olympics does was done on the river on boats this time?
Yeah, where they did the whole everybody freaked out about, oh no, he came on a white horse. That's straight from Revelation.
Oh, the pale horse. I didn't even pay attention to that one. But yeah, no,
horse thing.
Yeah, but so they're on the river. The river I'm going to say it wrong cuz I've never been sure how to say it, but the River Seine in Paris. So it turns out in mythology, Dionysus was the father of the goddess of the River Seine. So like makes perfect sense that Dionysus would be front and center in the feast of the gods of Olympus taking place on the River Seine, where Dionysus is the father of the goddess, and she made an appearance later on in the show as well. So Hellbound Hillbilly says they're freaking out about Green Day now. I think I've got a tweet for that.
Oh yeah, the Trump head thing.
So that's funny. But yeah, so it's just it's the Christian persecution complex. I saw a thing that looked vaguely like a famous painting painted by a almost certainly closeted gay painter who I don't know this for sure, but I feel like I briefly looked for it, but everything searching for Da Vinci right now is the SEO all goes directly to Olympic shit.
Of course.
But like I seem to recall that Da Vinci he wasn't particularly fond of the church. And like not the Dan Brown thing where like he was hiding secret Illuminati messages or whatever in his paintings, but like
the Da Vinci Code stuff.
Yeah, but like he painted like basically what's the one where they gender swap people? 63?
63.
Yeah, he basically did like a Rule 63 Paul. And like if you look at the Last Supper painting, there's a couple of the disciples are very effeminate. So like I don't know. He wasn't the most reverent of parishioners.
No, he definitely it's very weird how much Christians have grafted onto that painting. Like the Last Supper is obviously like it's a huge thing, but it is not as a painting. It is not a central part of Christianity.
No,
it's not like a Shroud of Turin type thing.
And it's been parodied so many times by so many properties. So like what's one more parody? Like the idea that they would freak out about this because it's drag queens, but they wouldn't freak out about the Star Wars one where Luke is Jesus.
No, there's a friend of mine who's an Orthodox Christian, and she's just been looking at all of this and just going, wow, y'all are really sensitive, aren't you? I feel like my religion's a little stronger than whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's a joke. Like I don't. Scott Dillahunt says 50 Quatlus says the Simpsons have done it more than once. I will not be taking that bet because I can pretty much guarantee that they have. Or the Simpsons or South Park or Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Just everything.
Everybody has parodied the Last Supper. It is one of the most parodied paintings in the world. So, yeah, the fact that they're freaking out about this one time just kind of shows that, like, it's not about parodying the painting. It's about they don't like drag and they're bigots against that. And what's really funny is, like, somebody posted, I think it was the Christian Nightmares account on Twitter. They posted a picture of some guy that was wearing, like, an American flag shirt that had, like, crucified himself on a phone pole. And this was like he posted that right in the middle of all them freaking out about the Last Supper or whatever. So like I retweeted that and was like, if this guy was wearing something that was a little bit closer to what Jesus would have actually worn when he was alive, the Christians would have latched onto this and called it sacrilegious and bigotry against them and persecution because it's a guy in a dress making fun of Christianity. So like it's so pathetic.
I think the only reason they're freaking out about it isn't because of any actual reverence for Christianity. That's the veneer, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the mask, and it is literally it was drag queens.
Yeah.
And that's what they're supposed to be angry about.
They always need to, well, it's not that is specifically what they're supposed to be angry about, it's that they're always supposed to be angry about something.
And this is the current thing.
This is the current thing. And I saw one person like there's the guy in black with his chest out just to the left of blue guy. If you look down at his leg, there's like a little flesh-colored lump in there. Someone actually zoomed in on it. Was this exact picture. They zoomed in on it, and it's just a pixelated mess that you can't even tell what it is, but they like circled it and pointed an arrow to it and was like, see, this is proof that there was pedophilia at the Olympics because this guy has his testicles out.
What?
And it's like, okay, well, first off, we don't know that those are his testicles. It might just be a lump of something that has
proof there was pedophilia.
Like, I don't know.
On the set of
it's a pixelated thing that color kind of matches his flesh a little bit. It could be anything. It could just be his hand or something. I don't know.
Even if it is his testicles, right? Even if it is his testicles, how do you make the jump between my balls fell out of my outfit, therefore pedophilia. Therefore pedophilia was there. Like how do you go from the one to the other? It's like you've seen Borat, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, there's a scene in Borat where a guy's testicles are out.
Are you calling it Borat?
Or Borat? I don't care.
This is proof that you're from Georgia. The accent's showing through. It's Borat.
Borat. But there's a scene there where that happens, okay? And because it's an R-rated comedy. You know how many R-rated comedies have a moment where somebody's just full front exposed? Almost always it's a guy.
Life of Brian.
Yeah, like it's a very common thing in there. If this is proof that pedophilia happened at the Olympics, then this is also proof that pedophilia happened at every R-rated Hollywood screening ever. Which I know there are conspiracy theorists that are going to go, well, of course there's pedophilia in the Jewish Hollywood. Like,
God.
Look, I was out.
I notice you're more free with saying things like that when your stream's not the one gonna.
I said it when we were both on stream last time.
I know.
But no, I think it's very reasonable to accurately parody these people.
People in the chat are saying it's just a ripped stocking. It's like, yeah, I can see that. But it's so hard to make out. It's so small and so pixelated when you zoom in that like I'm not willing to say that it's that for sure either. Maybe his balls did fall out. Doesn't make him a pedophile, just means his balls fell out.
These people will find reasons to be apprehensive towards anything and everything, so long as they can connect it to one of the things that they are currently angry about. If depending on how down the rabbit hole they are, it's Jewish people. Oh. Depending on where they are, it's people in drag or trans people. Not that they can tell the difference between those two anyway.
Oh yeah, no, everybody was complaining about the transness at the Olympics, and like, no, this is drag, not trans.
If this was the 50s, then it would be complaining about the black people. Oh wait, sorry, it's 2024. We have a new word for that. It's DEI. They do that too. It just
did you see the Jon Stewart thing where they were where he had a black correspondent in the field to talk about the attacks that are being leveled against Kamala Harris, and he's like, oh, I got a list of them. Like they say here, she's black. She's a DI hire. She's black. And it like goes through and there's like all these different like dog whistles for black, and he just throw she's black in there. And the best part was like when that segment was over, he ended it with just like looking into the camera being black to you, John.
So black on every page?
It's most of the words.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah. Black to you, John.
Thanks, John.
It was like just deadpan delivery. It was like, oh, perfect. Mwah.
every Twitter post about the DEI thing, almost every one of them, there is somebody in the comments or the original poster themselves is just saying, look, we understand you are that desperate to say the N-word, and you're just using DEI as a way to not say it while also saying it. And I very much agree at that point. The DEI hire thing, it's just meant to be black. Because if you think about it, during Obama's presidency, Biden was the DEI hire technically, because he was literally there so that you could have the old white guy to balance out the ticket of the younger black guy. Mm-hmm. That was the point. The point was not how good he would be on certain policies. Eventually, we found that he was actually very progressive on those policies, but the point was not that. The point was not to get that person. The point was to get the ticket to look more moderate. That's definitionally a DEI hire. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's diversity.
That's what
equity,
the VP
inclusion.
pick is all the time. It's who can I pick that is going to appeal to the opposite base of me so that I now have a wider appeal because my VP appeals to people that I don't. Like that's what they always do. Donald Trump doesn't appeal to people that fuck couches. JD Vance does.
Or looks at, what was the other two things? Something about dolphins and something about like burnt monkey something.
I didn't see the burnt monkey something, but I am aware of the dolphins.
It's everything. There's a scene in The Boys, because in the show The Boys, there's a character called the Deep who's basically the Aquaman equivalent, but I mean he's Aquaman, but also a rapist who falls into the Scientology cult. He's very, very. The Boys is an interesting show. It is all just making fun of conservatives and going like, here are your heroes. Here are the people that you like. You like this person who's basically Trump if he had superpowers. But there's a scene in The Boys where the Deep is going, and instead of like fighting an actual monster that everybody else is supposed to be fighting, he just goes and like finds a dolphin and rescues it. Not because he wants to save it, because he's a good-hearted person who loves marine life. He does it because the dolphin communicated to him that it wanted to fuck him. And so there's a picture of that scene that's just like JD Vance on his way to the hotel.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. So that's enough of these guys freaking out about Dionysus. I'm also trying to get away from reading articles verbatim, because like that's kind of it's toward the not necessarily a good idea side of the copyright gray area.
That's fair. I think that and this has been a thing that I've noticed on YouTube in general, though. I think that it's fine so long as you're willing to provide commentary on it, because it's no different than reacting to a video. It's no different than reacting to a video on YouTube, but the difference is that you literally have to provide your voice to the document. Otherwise the option is putting the document up on screen and going, pause this. All right, now I'm going to respond to it. And that just quite literally is just not engaging content, because so many people who are on YouTube are audio only listeners. Yeah. And that seems to be also confirmed by the fact that there are many organizations that do the verbatim reading of all or parts of these types of articles. And then as long as they are giving their reactions to them, not the I gasped and therefore it was transformative content thing. Typically the rule is like, is it a full-on replacement for the article? And if you are providing something that is completely different, and it's not bad. Yeah,
so I feel like it's different with a video response, because with a video response, I'm like saying, go watch the original video to make sure I'm not cutting out anything or taking anything out of context. Whereas this, I'm showing the actual article. And if I show it in full and read it in full, then you have no reason to go to the original article. And so, yes, I've provided commentary, but I also have effectively replaced the article. So like, yeah, it's not that different, and I'm not like worried that the BBC is going to find my channel where like, oh, our stream's got 1,200 views. Those 1,200 views could have been 50 cents of ad revenue for us, so I will sue them. Like, I'm not worried about it. It's just one of those best practices, like,
That's understandable, and I think it's just one of those things where you and I are probably going to differ, just because I I see it as a necessity of being able to respond to those things and show what they are reporting accurately. Like if I'm looking at a Fox News article, I don't want to fully hyperbolize everything in the article. I want to say what they said and then respond to what they said. So I don't know. I see it as just a thing that you have to be able to do when you're in the belly of that beast.
Yeah.
But that's understandable.
Hi, Saki.
Hi, hon. How you doing? You is? You feeling awake now? That's good. I hope the energy drink helped. Did you forget I got you one? Okay.
I also have a sleepy partner.
When I went to go get coffee, because they're the only shop that has sugar-free frappes, they also have a really good set of like just in-house blended energy drinks. So I was like, yeah, I'll get one of those too. And then she forgot.
Cirrus, I'm gonna need you to stop being distracted.
Oh no, that was me and Saki having a disagreement about voting ages.
Yeah, no, you're distracted.
I'm distracted?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure your partner has never distracted you once during a stream.
No, never.
Never, not once.
Nope.
It's never happened. It was a spook the entire time.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Clueless Expert, who says we can also disrupt Cirrus even when he's not streaming. Ooh woo.
Oh woo. God fucking balls. Oh woo. Oh woo.
Ooh woo, small beans, little babies.
I heard that one.
Yeah, that one's not technically you, but
It's technically.
it's not you, but it's funny. I forget what video it's even from. I know it's H-Bomber Guy, but I don't know which video it is. But like I heard him say it and I was like, oh, I need to clip that.
See, now you're going to make me sit down and watch and binge all of H-Bomber Guy's content.
Oh no, how horrible.
Again, like he's not one of those people that as soon as one of his videos go on my recommended list, I suddenly go on that single-minded adventure of, man, I want to watch his Fallout review again. Man, I want to watch his Pathologic review again. Man, I want to watch his thing on the oof sound again.
Oh, you mean you mean his 3-hour expose of the Donald Trump of video game sound design?
Oh yeah, Tommy Tarantino. Yes, exactly.
Tallarico.
Tommy Tallarico. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing how many things he has supposedly worked on.
And yet nobody can provide a list.
No, nobody can provide a list, and the lists are all very inconsistent, and they grow exponentially. Neuronimate says, but he was on Cribs, right? Was Tommy Tallarico really on MTV's Cribs?
Yeah, we're getting all the deep cuts in here.
No,
I'm not sure what's happening on my Twitch thing, but something went off.
Something went off?
Oh, RoviLearn resubscribed for 7 months of tier 1. So thank you, RoviLearn.
Ravi, thank you for giving money to Vice Rhino.
Thank you for that endorsement, Jordan B. Peterson.
I just think it's important to recognize that if a female was in the room right now, there would be chaos. Wow. You should clean your room.
My partner actually just left, so...
My partner said, wow, as soon as I said that.
I mean, the female is the representation of chaos and the Jungian archetype, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a wackadoo. He's such a wackadoo.
Legit thought that was a Kermit impression. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these two pictures. It's the same picture. Have you ever heard the guy talk? Oh, no. Tim Pool has been accused of being a LARPer.
I mean...
Yeah, he LARPs as someone who has hair under the beanie.
You've seen Eamon animations, I'm hoping, right?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so he does existential political animations. So with Tim Pool apparently holds in his like universe that he's created. Under the beanie, Tim Pool has this like evil destructive force that just looks like Tim Pool's head but reversed. It looks like the back of Lord Voldemort's head in Harry Potter. Dennis Prager is an outer being whose real form is this like giant centipede who consumes Dave Rubin's brains.
So he's starving all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'll send you some Eamon animation stuff after this. His stuff is fantastic, and it is right up your alley, and it's hilarious. Do you remember when Steven Crowder ran away from the debate with
Sam Cedar?
With Sam Cedar?
Yes.
He has a whole version of that is like Steven Crowder's existential nightmare with Sam Cedar just like chasing him through hallways and shit. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, well, first time in ages, we're going to finish on time at the normal on time. It's 10 o'clock, and that was the last tweet. So, thank you for joining me from your crappy little laptop with your crappy little webcam.
Look,
we're just going to pretend that the stubble on your face is pixelated noise, not because you did shave, so it's smooth baby face, and it only looks like stubble because of the noise in the picture.
Well, it's also just I'm waiting for this part to grow back in.
Are you going evil universe, Saurus?
Well, I want my regular facial hair back, but it got to a point where it was uncomfortable, so I wanted to reset it because that was cheaper than going and buying trimmers and doing that, because I haven't been paid yet because YouTube went to bills and Patreon isn't for another few days. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
Alrighty.
I'll get a trimmer with Patreon money.
Well, thank you for joining me, and as always, fuck off.